The glory of an outing. I cooked this last week, froze it, and now we're gonna have it. It's fantastic. It's green chili made from scratch. The meat is super tender, fantastic. It's a rib cut, and of course I had the ribs in there. I cooked them up. So I add that extra flavor and broth. New Mexico green chilies, onions, garlic, delicioso. All right, well, this is my third day, my brother's second. We're out here working hard. We're gonna fish tomorrow, but you can see what we're doing. We're sluicing and bucketing. We're getting our material from about 100 yards up the creek. It's hard work because this material weighs a ton. It is very, very heavy, iron laden, rusty material, but it's got good values in it, so we're willing to make the trek. And looks like a lot of it's coming out of the hillside too. It's our material I just removed from the large sluice. Then I'm just gonna pan all the garbage off the top. Then we'll reveal it through the turn in that black sand. See what we got. Should have good values. All right, we're finishing up with the day. We had some good sluicing today. Yeah, I think we did pretty well. We got about probably 4 pounds of black sand. And we had good gold values in most of it. We had one slowdown, and then we just kind of picked up again. Well, it's a beautiful day, man. It's about 75 degrees, and it's turned more beautiful because we don't have to go so far to lug that gold. And the beauty has gotten even more intense with Eddy Line Grapefruit Yanker. This is absolutely amazing. So we've got that. We've got a hole close by to dig. And we're getting good gold. Well, we're working hard, and we got the sluice going, and there it is, the big one in action. A lot of black sand in there. A lot of pebbles. They pan off real easy. And then I'll just package it up, and in a couple of weeks, maybe sooner, we'll see what we've gotten in total. Well, we're still out here working, and got a pretty good amount of black sand. Not too bad. And the values have been really up and down. So the final cleanup, which I'll do at home, it'll be interesting to see how it works out. I'm wondering if there's a lot of flour in there, because I know last time I did a cleanup, there was a tonnage of flour, and you really couldn't identify it. You know, when you were just swirling the sand, it actually kind of remained hidden. It was like crypto gold hiding. And when I ran on the spiral wheel, I started to see it, and I just was like, it's like powder. So that was real interesting. So we'll see how it all works out. Well, we've come topside. It's about 10 degrees warmer up here, and this is our little humble encampment where we've been staying. We've got all our equipment, my mega ice chest, my special chair. The chair is really good. And then we come back to my little camp zone. Of course, I'm in the isolation area. We've got a really good growth in here. We've got my micro table, got some waters, those really handy egg units, and then of course, equipment everywhere. So we are a couple of sluicing machines on this trip. There's my tent, and it's been really fun. Tomorrow we're gonna go up to Littleton and see some old family friends. I just had to record this sky at sunrise. I think it's gorgeous. Look at that. Well, it's a sunset for the trip, and it's sunset here in Arizona. I've made it back into my state. It was a great trip. So glad my brother came out again, and we're gonna find out in the next few days how much gold we got. And I just feel really blessed to be able to do this, you know, with regularity. Well, as you can see, this is what we're doing. It's processing time. And there's little goldies going up the line. I'll have to run this probably 3 times, because every time I run it, I'll do a few little test pans thereafter, and there'll still be gold, and sometimes significant amounts. And so I just keep running it. So, oh, and then if you like doing things to your car to try to upkeep them, you know, my car is 7 years old, so, you know, the plastic starts to fade. I mean, this is off the subject, but I use this back to black. I just masked it off really well. This is good stuff. Recommended if you, you know, like to maintain your, whatever you own. Okay, anyways, my spiral wheel could not handle this material. And so what I've done, I've dismantled. I will say this black sand is loaded with gold. Now here's what I can show you. A lot of the gold has mercury on it. And so it created these, some of these pieces aren't as big as they appear because it actually agglomerated the particles. And I can't quite separate it. So I'm gonna have to get some kind of portable table or something. I know they're out there, and people have told me they're much more effective than the wheel. The wheel is really good for, I don't know, Lynx Creek type stuff. And, you know, maybe with a little more weight, but this sand is different. It just is difficult to separate. So what I have here is this is some sand that I've been saving for a long time. Actually, I've been saving, concentrating it down. And this is from spots I go to in Lynx Creek when I'm alone. And I do actually have a couple of pretty secret spots. I never see anyone there. But what I'll do is in a minute, I guess I'll dump a little of this. It's already been, you know, panned down. And it's I've had it for quite a while. And for times like this, when I don't have a lot of gold to show you, I do want you to know I've got this bag, and I'm gonna figure out how to get that damn gold out of there. And it's this stuff here. So let me put some of this in a pan, and we'll have a look at this. All right. Anyways, got a little bit of it here, and it's typical Lynx Creek stuff. I didn't do that good of a job apparently. I still got a bunch of damn dirt in it. That's what I have in here. Because I know I've got some really good pieces in here too. It's like this is good stuff here. But it's all through the sand. I've got a good amount of it, but there's some bigger pieces in it as well. So it's stuff I've been saving. Everyone likes to see gold. All right, I'm all settled down now. Okay, at the end of one of my videos coming up, I'll figure out a way to get that gold out of that sand. There is a lot of gold in there. The difficulty is, even though I put Dawn in the water to break the surface tension, the gold is floating. And no, it's not pyrite. The gold is floating. It's very, very fine and small. Also, for the first time, I have found there's a lot of mercury in there. And I noticed that some of the pieces, I thought the pieces weren't that big, and but they were agglomerating with the together, you know, because of the equivalent density of the mercury. Anyways, God, I haven't even drank anything today. And then I've got that really nice material that I've been collecting from Lynx Creek for the last couple of months. And I've had some decent gold days. You know, the particles are bigger and they're a little more rounded. They have a little more diameter to them. So they're nice and heavy, and there's a couple of pickers in there, maybe 3 to 5 of them. And so we're going to get to that too. I'll just put it on the end of a video coming up. This was very frustrating, and I'm sure other people have. If you have any really good suggestions, I was thinking of getting one of these small Miller tables because I've seen some tiny, tiny gold separate out of those. But I've got all the black sand, so I'll get to it.